Hey everybody. Okay, let's take a look now at Bob Dylan's bootlegs. We're now at volume 3. This is the last volume here of the first 3 volumes of the bootleg or whatever. And we're getting now to the the later 70s period of Dylan and to which I really respect. Now, I don't know. I think I absolutely respect and I absolutely really love Dylan's I think the gospel period I really love more than the later stuff. Like the later, I mean, to flat out just say here, I'm not a fan of Dylan in the 80s, to be honest. But I don't know, something about like the early, I want to say from Saved to Infidels. I mean, we're taking a look at maybe a, 3 or 4 year period there, 3 year period there of just the work of art that Dylan was putting out at the time. Um, and I mean, other than that, I don't really care so much about Dylan later in the '80s. I very much love his early gospel. You know what I mean? Just that great spiritual phase that he had there. And he was just so passionate. He was so he just was telling. He was just kind of just just telling everyone like, hey, this is my these are certain topics I want to talk about here. I want to you know put myself out there. And this period pretty much later in this you know in the tracks here. As we get you know as we get further down, of course, this is be covering his spiritual, pretty much all of the stuff that he was doing at that time in the early '80s. But anyways, whatever. So let's go ahead and get started. So it starts off with, if you see her, say hello. This is more of a, I want to say very bare, right to the bare minimum. This was during the New York sessions from September 16th of 74. This has a bit of a different, I don't know, a little bit more of a, just really bare, compared to the one in, well, of course, the final version that was on Blood on the Tracks, of course. That had a little bit more, I know, I felt that there was a lot more into that recording more than this one, it just seemed a little bit, it just seems right there with Dylan, the acoustic, and the harmonica. But I really love it. I absolutely love the lyrics. Of course, it's a beautiful song. We all know that. We all know. The next here is Golden Loom. This was a Desire outtake, and this was not on Desire. So this is sort of, an outtake, a song that they didn't use on the album. Recorded July 30th of 75. And I really love this song. It's a nice little bit of, bit of the Old West, a little bit of that, I like that, it's a little bit of that, what Desire pretty much was, pretty much like a kind of a Western sort of, maybe even gypsy, just that sort of sound, This was the background singer, the female, her name was Emmy Lou. What was her name again? Emmy Lou Harris. Yeah. She sings background vocals with Dylan or whatever. And I think she also provides the violin as well, so it's a very nice song, talking about the fisherman's daughter, whatever. Um, yeah, the Golden Loom. It's a good one. The next one here is Catfish. This is once again another song that wasn't on Desire. Very bluesy. I really love the bluesy harmonica on this. It's almost a little bit of a laid back, almost smoky bar, um, you know, feel of the song, This was recorded July the 28th of 75. Yeah, pretty good song. Yeah, I love it. The next one here, this is a live cut from some convention in Tampa, Florida, back in April the 21st of 76. and it's 7 days. This is a really great song. Dylan's like, oh, he's kind of telling everybody, all right, I'm performing my song 7 days. And man, that whole band behind him, I really gotta, man, I really gotta dive deep into that period of Dylan. I think they call it the second leg of the Rolling Thunder because I know everyone loves that first period of the. I mean, everyone praises it so much. That first Rolling Thunder period. But well, he did come out with a live album. I think there was a live album in '76 after Desire. It was called Hard Rain, and I think that covers that second period of that Rolling Thunder era, whatever. But it's really great, really hard rocking song. I mean, it's just Dylan wails away on that harmonica too. It's just a great song. So you go from 7 days to now Ye Shall Be Changed, or yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Ye Shall Be Changed. Slow Train outtake. This was done back May the 2nd of '79. Yeah, what a big change. You got the boom, 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 boom. The drums really polished, really, 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 maybe a little, I don't know, a little bit smooth, a little bit more cleaner sounding, than what we've heard back on, Desire or whatever, or even 7 days. I mean, what was that, 76? So we're taking a look at a 3-year gap, of that period. Ye shall be changed. I love Dylan's, his vocals are really good. You got like Mark Knopfler and Alan Clark. I mean, two of the Dire Straits, musicians or whatever, but really great song. I really like this one. I don't know if it really sounds, it's so weird. It doesn't really sound like it should have been recorded in '79. It sounds a little bit more into the early, but you would know. I mean, of course, all of you guys know what will come a little bit later, of course, But yeah, ye shall be changed, Need a Woman. Oh no, excuse me. Oh no. 6th track here is Every Grain of Sand. What a magnificent song. Of course, that was from Shot of Love. This was actually a demo done for some sort of publishing or broadcast or something, whatever. And yeah, it's very, very different than what you hear from the Shot of Love, take or whatever. This was done back September of '80, so it was right around the time that Dylan had, maybe it was about a month before he released Saved. And this was it, man. This is like the center of that gospel. Really, Dylan, what I mean? He was expressing his feelings about, his spirituality and, a ton of great lyrics, of course, and this proves it all, like every, he talks about the leaves on the ground, like every leaf or whatever, like every grain of sand. You'll say one thing and then the ending verse will be every grain of sand. I mean, it's just a magnificent, I gotta say that right out there, that is probably one of my favorite of that period there of Dylan, probably one of my favorite Dylan '80s song, if I can maybe say that. Every Grain of Sand, just excellent. You changed my life as the next one here. I really love, it kind of has a little bit of that drum roll feel, This one's a pretty good one too. You changed my life. This was from Shot of Love. This is an outtake from April 23rd of '81. Yeah, once again, Dylan's very passionate. You got your background gospel singers. It's just a great song. Then we get Need a Woman. I know I maybe had screwed that up a little bit before. After Ye Shall Be Changed. This is Need a Woman. I really love that groove. There's a certain groove that is just excellent on this song here. Great harmonica once again by Bob. Just a really excellent band, doing this song. But yeah, really good one. And this one was from May of '81. And then the next one here, this is absolutely one of those songs I think a lot of people love. People love just flat out, and it's Angelina. This was from, of course, the Shot of Love era, or the Shot of Love, recordings or whatever. I know that there's one song in particular. I know maybe some of you folks may probably maybe even say the same thing, and that's Lenny Bruce. I think if you put Angelina instead of Lenny Bruce on that album, I feel like maybe Shot of Love would be a really solid album, you know. I mean, well, it's kind of already solid for having, Every Grain of Sand, right? The person there. But what a great, powerful lyrics about these false, you know what I mean? Because I think in Greek term or whatever, like a Greek, because there's the name of the Greek goddess, Angelina. And so, it's about these things you shouldn't really follow on. But it's a little bit, maybe it's definitely a deep song for sure. There's deeper meaning to that. I think Dylan was really, I think he took the intro chorus to, the old, um, I don't know what you would call it. Maybe they were like Broadway, not really Broadway, but they were like, I don't really remember. They were just, kind of, I think they were actors, I believe. And they were part of that early theatrical era, Gilbert and Sullivan. I think he took one of the chorus lines or something like that, maybe note or something from Gilbert and Sullivan. Yeah, excellent song. Someone's Got a Hold of My Heart. This one was done back in April of '83. So now we're here. We're here during this is the Infidels sessions here. This is an outtake, and yeah, we're really getting more to that. That sort of evangelical, like more. Dylan's. We're getting more of the stuff that you can find in the Bible or the Book of Lamentations or Revelations, and it's crazy, to think of this period of Dylan. He was just really, he was just putting, he was just recording so much of that time. I really respect that. I really do. But yeah, great song. And then we get Tell Me. This is a little bit more of a reggae, a little bit more of a reggae style song or whatever. I really love the gospel singers as well. It's a really good song. I really like their harmonica too as well. And then we get Lord Protect My Child. Once again, May of '83, during the Infidels, during the Infidels sessions or whatever. And this is a really good one too as well. Here we are. Now I know Infidels a little bit different, but he's still into that. He still loves he still has that very strong faith. You know what I mean? Because because really Infidels, that album's kind of just like, it's like you're losing faith. It's sort of the loss of faith. But I mean, it's incredible. Here we are, with him kind of talking about these certain topics, and yeah, it's a very excellent song once again. It could have been maybe used on Infidels or something, but yeah. I know a lot of people, remember maybe hearing some people out there saying that it should have been a double album. It could have been a double album or something. But yeah, great song. And then we get another really good one with this sort of drive, that really excellent drive with Mike Knopfler, all those guys from the Infidels, the musicians playing on Infidels. You get Foot of Pride. What a great song. This is from April of '83, April the 26th, I believe, of '83. But it's just such an excellent song. You gotta love that groove. There's that keyboard. It's just an excellent groove, man. I just love this one. About the flesh of a man. Talking about the lion eating the flesh of a man. I never really read into this song deeply, but I believe it's about, that sort of, that confidence, knowing that you have, that knowing that you have that stature, I mean um, that you're in total control of your own pride. You know what I mean? Um, I'm kind of simplifying it a little bit, but it definitely it kind of reminds me. You know what I mean? It's like Angelina, or Every Grain of Sand. You got to read into the lyrics deeply to really understand the of what Dylan's trying to say. It's a really excellent song though with that groove. Excellent, man. Then we get Blind Willie McTell, once again an Infidels outtake. Um, Really great song. It's about almost 6 minutes. Blind Willie McTell, if you don't know who he is, he's a old blues player who actually played a 12-string guitar, and he was a Georgia resident and died in, I think, August of '59. I think he was born in 1898. He was definitely one of the early, really the early pioneers of the old blues players at the time. And so, Dylan absolutely he gives his dedication to one of the earliest blues players or whatever. Really great, love it, excellent song. Yeah, and so these are the last two songs off of the bootleg, off of the Vol.3. This is When the Night Comes Falling from the Sky. This is from Empire Burlesque. I believe this is an alternate take from the album version. I never heard the album version before, so I hate to say that. I wish I would have listened to the actual version on Empire before whatever. Recorded February the 19th of '85. Some really great lyrics on here. Not to say I think the instruments are great, but I think the production's kind of you know what I mean? I don't really respect the production that well on the song or even the album itself. A lot of great, and once again, Dylan referring a lot back to the Bible, referring to Jesus, referring to the wine and the bread, still referring that kind of stuff. It's a little. I think maybe the song is about that sort of warning. You know what I mean? When the night comes falling from the sky, it's almost maybe like a false alarm or something, some sort of false, um, you know, uh, a message, like something's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And he covers that later on, of course. Like Under the Red Sky and all that. Um, Perfect transition from When the Night Comes Falling from the Sky into a Series of Dreams. Now, this was actually, it was recorded back, this is the Oh Mercy this is an Oh Mercy outtake from March the 23rd of '89. This was actually, not re-recorded, but I think it was a little bit more, I think in '91, before they released I think this was just for the bootleg. They kind of remastered it a little bit. So you get a little bit more of a different, I think they boosted it up a little bit for the bootleg. But I really love the dreary sound of Dylan. Very well done. Oh Mercy is another great album from his, And yeah, that's what ends, pretty much wraps up the whole first 3 volumes of Bob Dylan's magnificent bootleg series. Really great stuff. Excellent stuff. I mean, I wish I could read a little bit more into some of those great songs during his during that period. You know what I mean? During that early '80s period of his, where he was really, 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 really giving it his best. Excellent. Okay, till then, folks. I think I'm about done with the review. Bye bye.